you guys doing today?
We're
We're
great, thanks. How are you
lovely. We're
doing?
blessed. How are
Pretty
you?
good. Pretty good. I love the show. I was like confused when I was done watching it 'cause I thought there was like three or four more episodes left. But I I know I really do love the
Right?
show. Yeah, I was like, oh, it's only I thought it was something wrong with my Netflix account. But what was like your guys' first reaction when you found out you were going to be a part of the show?
Ah, man, I think um, it took a while for me to kind of believe that we were doing this. I think for myself, it took a while for me to really believe that just the role as well, and to it's going to be on Netflix and it's going to be showing to the entire world. It took a while. I think it kind of hasn't sunken in. I think tomorrow, maybe it will sink in that this thing's actually really happening, you know. But as I was going on after finding out that I got it, I was really grateful, especially during COVID. Really grateful that I could have a job, but also grateful to be able to tell such a beautiful universal story in South Africa, and to be able to represent my country in something that is so big in South Africa, and what a lot of the world sees South Africa for, which is its incredible dancing. So yeah, I think I'm really, really honored to be able to tell the story along with my incredible cast. But yeah, definitely grateful, definitely grateful.
That's it. What was like a normal day on set like? 'Cause I know it's intense. You probably working from like 5 a.m. to like 11 p.m. So what was like a normal day on set like?
I think the mistake here is using the word normal because I
Uh,
don't think anything of it. I don't. A day on set was anything but normal. It was always extraordinary because with the talent that was there, your mind had to be blown. It had to be blown. But yeah, to actually answer your question, um, no 2 days were the same really, especially because the days were normally split into various days. So it could be an acting day. So if you had acting performances, it would be preserved purely for that. And then if we had dance scenes, then it would be then reserved for a dance day. But it was long days, long hours, a lot of commitment, a lot of discipline, a lot of excellence, and really having to come to the party and show up in every single thing that had prepared us for these moments, from the experience that we've had over the years, the training that we've had over the years, and the discipline that we really showcase in what we do, and the respect that we have for the art form. So we were surrounded by an amazing crew, and hats off to the people that aren't always front and center. I think people look at shows and they go, oh, these actors, all this wardrobe, all these clothes, all their faces, but they forget that there's someone that is miking them up, and there's someone who is making sure that they've had their water. So everything, so stepping into an environment of Java was really amazing. So from the rehearsal process, which was again many long hours. I don't think you understand. The prep was incredibly long, but yeah. So it was the commitment of maybe coming in the morning. So in South Africa, we do like 12-hour days, and that's standard industry hours. So if we were starting at 5 a.m., we were then wrapping at 5 p.m., and that was like a daily thing. So a lot of work, a lot of work.
Knowing you had like a long day ahead of you, what did you do to like prepare yourself for that day? Like, did you listen to music, or were you like more calm about it, or were you just like practicing going over lines? Like, what did you do to prepare for yourself for that day?
What I would usually do is really, in the times where I'm not on set, I really just liked to be alone. So if I could have my lunch alone or my breakfast alone, that's what I would do. But I would do whatever I felt I needed to do in the moment. The rest was my biggest thing, because without rest, the next day just becomes heavy, and then it kind of just filters into the next day and the next day and the next day. So whenever I could rest, I made sure I rested. But also, I really like I love to keep an active lifestyle. So when I have the time to put in a workout, I definitely do. And I found that it starts my day off brighter, and just mentally, I feel more prepared and ready. And before I go to sleep, I'm always going through my lines, preparing for the day to follow. And yeah, I think it's just listening to my body and doing what my body needs at that time. And sometimes it's really just to rest, not even to work out, but just to
Yeah.
rest.
Mm-hmm. What about you,
And
Ken?
okay,
Oh,
for my process, I'm very big on spiritual grounding. I mean, Knox knows I probably talk about God every 2-3 hours. But spiritual grounding is such a necessary thing for me. So it would be my daily meditation, which was very, very necessary just to kind of set my energy right for the day. Because I think you can't be a great performer if you're not a great person. And being a great person is just being able to be centered and to be responsible for your energy. So that for me was important to also then give me the bandwidth to stretch myself throughout a long day, because also making yourself vulnerable in certain moments. So if you have an emotional scene, you go from an emotional scene to a joyful scene to a chaotic scene. So to be able to access every single part of you, grounding is very necessary. Rest is necessary. Making sure that you've eaten and have had a balanced amount of food throughout the day, which sometimes I would abandon, and a bad habit. But trying my level best to do that was also very necessary. But outside of that, I would also then weekly I'd speak to my therapist and also my wellness coach. So respectively, I'd also have them sustain me throughout that. So just surrounding yourself with energies that also allow you to pull from the most honest place, so that you're able to carry yourself through long hours and long days, long weeks, and a long year of shooting Jiva.
the dance moves in the show was like amazing. I always wonder, like, when was the first time you realized like you were a good dancer? Like, did somebody tell you, or were you like a younger, or like when did you realize you're like, yo, I'm actually like dope at dancing?
I'm still not sure.
I love that when you just realize I'm good at this. Oh no, actually, I still remember the story from nursery school. My mom told me this about a teacher of mine. We had like a school concert, and I don't remember what the theme was, but we had feathers in our hair, and I think that's when my teacher realized that I think we've got a performer. I think we got a little performer here, guys. And we were doing a little dance, and my mom says, look, I was doing the things. I was not there to play. But when did I start realizing I'm great at it? I don't think it ever came to that. I just really loved it. And for the fact that every time we had school productions and there was acting and dancing and singing, I always found myself really just auditioning and getting roles, and just always being asked, no, so are you going to be a part of this, or are you not going to do it? And I was just always like, I'm there. So I think I just grew up being known as the little girl who performs, and it was just who I was. It wasn't, I'm great at this. I really am. But it was just, I really enjoy it. I really love it. And if I have any opportunity to participate in it, I will.
For me, I'm my bad. If you had to form your own like personal like battle dance team, like who would you have on there? Like that's like alive, or they could have been like they passed away. Like who would you have on your personal dance team? It could be 5 members.
I have to be biased. So first, I would have my amazing sister, Candice Modiselle, who is one of the head choreographers of the show and one of the front runners in South African dance culture. So definitely her. Tiana Taylor. I love Tiana Taylor. I think she's so versatile, so multifaceted, so incredibly talented. If I'm going to like artists and people that are publicly known, Tiana Taylor. But what kind of dance crew is it? It's just a dance crew, né? Like,
This is
is there
dance
like
crew.
a specific genre?
No, just like okay, you have to show up with your crew and you have to battle another team. Like who would you? It could be just anybody your own personal opinion. You don't have to be like famous or anything. It could just be like, huh?
As many as you want. It's your dance crew, baby.
Five people.
5.
Yeah.
I think I'd be the manager. So I've got 2 members. I'd be the manager, and then I need my 2 members. Knox, maybe you are. Let me think for 3 other people. I was gonna say Michael Jackson as well. Just incredible performers, Michael Jackson. But that's a strange crew so far. That's a very interesting crew. I don't know about that.
I like it already.
Trained dancers, a ballet dancer next to Michael Jackson. Like, that sounds cool. I don't know if it works though. I've got 4 people. Nox, do you wanna chime in on your crew?
Okay, I'll tell you my crew. Okay, it's so crazy. If she ever sees this interview, she's gonna be like, Nox, for real? There was this woman in The Lion King, London, that I worked with, and she played the cheetah. She played the cheetah, and then eventually went on to become the dance captain. Her name's Darcel Osei, and I think she's from one of the islands. And I always thought her dancing was phenomenal, you know. So Darcel would be on my team. She has a friend. Oh my gosh, she'll be so upset with me. Francesco. Oh gosh, how do I say his name? But he's amazing too. He's also in The Lion King. So both of them would be in my crew. Then I would have Sierra. This is
automatic.
That's a popular answer. That's a popular answer I've been getting.
Hey?
Stella and a couple of others said that too. Sierra.
Definitely. Sierra would be in it. I would be in it. Definitely. I would be in it. And then, you see, I'm so terrible. There's another lady. She works on Broadway. I don't know her personally, but I have her on Instagram. And she is the most... she is so feisty. You know what precision is? I don't think you know it until you see her. She is so strong. What is her name? Is her name Melissa? It's not Melissa, but I know her. I will find you guys these people. These people are insane. This crew is going to eat you up, Candice. Eat you up. Do you hear me?
Michael Jackson, ma'am. Worry about yourself.
I can't take Michael Jackson because you took him. I can't take him because you took him. And it's okay. It's okay. But we're going to eat you up. Just saying. All right. Thank you.
Candice, do you figure out your other people? The other 2 people?
You're still coming back to me.
Oh, I know about that.
I thought I was creating a distraction. But we've already said, Buntle, Muloi. We've said, I said Tiana Taylor. I think she's also just great. She's just a great human being. And Michael Jackson. That's a strange crew.
Strong crew.
I guess it's strong, but I'm saying, like, versatility and style-wise, very odd. But look, I think there's also just dancers that we don't know.
Yeah, go ahead, shout them out.
Yo, okay. By the end of the interview, I'll give you 2 more. I promise.
Okay.
I promise. This interview cannot end until I've given you 2 more. There we go. Even if we are tomorrow.
What advice do you have for anyone that's trying to pursue their dreams that doesn't have support from their loved ones? Because in the show, it really touches on that as well. So, like, what advice do you have for somebody that's like trying to pursue their dreams but don't have support from their loved ones?
I think at some point the feeling of wanting to break free hits, you know, and you can't ignore that feeling for the rest of your life. So my thing is, how are you supposed to live the life that you deserve if you don't get out of the comfort zone where you don't belong, you know? And fear kind of holds us back a lot of the time, but without fear comes freedom. And I think once you're able to overcome fear, that's when your freedom is going to start showing itself. So you have only one life, and no one else can live that life but you. So it really is up to you. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, if you want me to answer that, I can.
Yeah, go. I thought you were saying something.
No, we can move on to the next.
Okay, my bad. What would you like to see from your characters in season 2? Hopefully, when it gets renewed. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can. I just thought someone would say
I can hear you. I think both. I just started thinking. I just started thinking. Vuyiswa. I would love to see something not even I anticipated for the character. Honestly speaking, I think I probably have a limited approach to where the character can go, but I think there's so much we can offer to her and from her. It would also just be interesting to see if she ever gets to a point where she can confidently stand on her own without having to lean on the support of the people in her life. Because despite the fact that she seems to affirm herself in her independence, she isn't really. And that's the thing. Life often we show the highlights of the show reel and we never really show the vulnerable sides. So I think more vulnerability, more colors, more human of her. Not so much perfection, like there's never a hair out of place or a wing of her eyeliner out of shape. So it would be interesting to see more of her vulnerability and just to see how much more fun she can get and more of the liberation side of her. So probably that. I don't know if we want to see more dancing. Maybe we do. Yeah.
I think for Ntombi, I'd like to see her at some point lose herself. I'd like to see her lose herself in order to find herself. Where she is right now, I don't think she's fully found who she is. And I think who she truly is, she needs to shed off a bit of who she used to be. And I would love to see her kind of get into a place where she herself is not too sure what's going on with herself, and I would love to see how she deals with it and how she eventually really comes around to who she potentially is, So yeah, just a bit of a losing herself and eventually finding herself.
Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you. We were waiting for your crew.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you know who I would also put? Imagine. Look, let's listen to this one. I know you took Sierra, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to say Sierra, but it would be, imagine this crew. Tiana Taylor, Sierra, and Janet Jackson. Oh! Hear me out. I know that's
please
right.
Be in that crew too. Please, can I be in that crew? Please,
you can be in that crew, and then we can add one. But then we've lost Michael Jackson.
It's cool. Michael Jackson's our choreographer and dance captain.
And I'm the manager. I'm the agent.
Perfect.
Okay. So I'm taking bookings. And
that would be you could go on a serious tour with that.
Right. And we'll take you with us as our publicists. So, we're good. I don't
sorted, guys. Sorted.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations on the show. It's amazing. It's a really amazing show. So congratulations.
Where's the buzz?
Oh, yeah.
Where is the buzz? You said was mine.
Where is the buzz?